Southeast Asian country traversed by the Mekong River and known for mountainous terrain, French colonial architecture, hill tribe settlement, and Buddhist monastery. Their official name is Lao People Democratic Republic, or Lao PDO for shortcut, and their official language is Lao. It is spoken in many different dialects across various ethnic groups. The most widely understood is Vientiane Lao, which forms the basis of Lao vocabulary. The capital city of Laos is Vientiane. Vientiane is also spelled Vientiane, the largest city and capital of Laos, situated on a plain just northeast of the Mekong River. Laos' total population is 7.4 million, according to World Bank in 2021. Lao female population is 3.6 million and Lao total male population is 3.7 million, which is half of the overall population. And look at this left corner right here. This picture shows Lao national emblem. Lao overall land area is 230,800 square kilometers, according to World Bank in 2020. Now let's move on to Laos economy. In 2021, the country's GDP was 19.9 billion US dollars, and their GDP per capita is 1,875 US dollars. Their economic strength is mostly from agriculture, and mining also shows some contribution. Now, Laos important sector. Their major source of income is agriculture, about 50% of GDP, industrial 40%, and services 10%. About 85% of the population is employed in agriculture, and their major trading partners are China, Thailand, and Vietnam. These three are still the dominant trade and investor with Laos, and with Malaysia, Republic of Korea, France, Hong Kong, and the Netherlands is also increasing actively. Now I would like to give the floor to Kim Chiang to further explain.
Thank you, Rangsai, for your clearly and precisely presentation. So I'm gonna move on to my part, which is talking about two main parts. The first one is cultural, religious, and social practices, and the last one is geographical features. So let's firstly take a look at the first part. The cultural and religious and social practices contains the demographics. Currently, the population of Laos is 7,564,225 based on Worldometer's elaboration of the latest United Nations. And Laos population is equivalent to 0.09% of the total world population, and it is ranked as the 105 in the list of the countries by the population. And Laos density is 32 people per kilometer square or 82 people per mile square. And the total land area is 230,800 kilometers square. And 35.7% of the population is urban, and the median age of Laos is 24.4 years. After demographics, we are going on with poverty rates. I would like to raise four main indicators of poverty rates in Laos. The first one is proportion of people living below poverty lines. Based on 2018 data, the rate is 18.3%, and the second is the proportion of employed population below $1.9 PPP a day. PPP3 here refer to purchasing power parity. Based on 2021 data, its rate is 9.3%, and the employment rate by 2017 data is 3.3 rate, and the under 5 mortality rates is 44 per 1,000 live births based on 2020 rates. And after poverty rate, it is literacy rate. As we have seen in the slide, the poverty rates of Laos from 1995 to 2021 is increased gradually from 60.25% to 87.0% 7%, and it is indicate that Laos has increased in educational systems. And moving to the last after literacy rate is religious. The largest religious in Laos is Theravada Buddhism, and it's practiced by 66% of the population, and almost all ethnics or lower land of Laos are followers of Theravada Buddhism. And the second largest religious in Laos is Thai folk religious, which is share 30.7%, and Thai folk religion is predominant among northern group of Thai people, include Thai Dam, Thai Dang, and as well as Mon Khmer and Tibeto-Burman groups. And the rest of Laos religions are Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, and the other that are not stated. The first part has finished, so let's go into the last part, which is about geographical feature and its contain region and neighbors. Laos is a landlocked country which is located in the northeast central mainland Southeast Asia, and it extends about 1,050 kilometers from northwest to southeast. And Laos share the border to the north by China, to the northeast and east by Vietnam, to the south by Cambodia, and to the west by Thailand, and to the northwest by Myanmar or Burma. And Laos experience the typical tropical monsoon or wet and dry climate, which is the rainy season starts from May to October, and the dry season starts from November to April. So let's going on with water security. In 2015 data, it is estimated that 76% of Laotian people had access to improved water, which is the water that is not taken directly from the natural flows, and 71% had access to improved sanitation, which is access to a sewage systems. And based on World Bank data in 2014, it is stated that because of the disparities between areas near good roads and remote inaccessible location, it affects approximately 1.9 million of the Lao population that it had to lack access to improved water supplies, and 2.4 million do not have access to improved sanitation. And it also affects economic loss of $193 million, equal to 5.6% of GDP. And the water resource of Laos is mainly the Mekong rivers, which is crucial to Laos economy because almost 90% of the country of Laos is contained with Mekong rivers. And continuing from water security, it is environmental concerns, and Laos faces three main environmental concerns. The first one is about the construction of contentious Sayaburi dams, which is affect 60 million people of Cambodia and Vietnam, and both countries are formally opposed to the project because they worried about the flow of water further downstream. And the next is about illegal logging by Vietnam People's Army, we call it VPA, and they cut 500,000 cubic meters of logs each year. And the last concern is about invasive alien species, or we call IAS. It is the ongoing problems that's threaten to Laos ecosystem, such as deforestation, and it can cause to environmental degradation and biodiversity loss. Let's take one more step to the last point, which is natural resources. And according to World Bank in 2015, Laos forests made up about 81.3% of the country's total area, and the second natural resource is minerals such as coal, copper, and gold are among Laos' most valuable natural resources, and it contribute roughly 7% of the national GDP in 2012. And the last natural resource is about arable lands, which is significantly important for Laos agriculture, and it's attribute a rough of 21% of Laos GDP in 2017.